Let me know when we're ready to go up here. I can hear you. Yes, I hear you. Yes. Just let me know when you're ready to go. Okay. So go ahead and just start it. Okay. All right. I'll start, and I'll let you read this right here, okay? I don't know where your sheet went to. Oh, I didn't give you one. Sorry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the little town of Idabel, Oklahoma, way down here in southeastern Oklahoma. This is a District 3A3 matchup, and a playoff position could be on the line tonight. Both these teams, Idabel is undefeated in the district, and Checotah has one loss. But this might be the toughest 3A district in the state, as 8 of the top 10 teams are in the state ranking, or 3 of the 8 teams are in the top 10 in rankings. 4 teams: Idabel, Seminole, Stigler, Lincoln Christian are all 5-1. Checotah is 4-2. The last meeting between the Wildcats and Warriors were in 2015. and Checotah won 41-34. And I'm your host, as always, Eric Shannon. Tonight, joining me is Haley Elledge. All right. Haley's a little nervous. We're going to get her warmed up here. But Haley is from our Valiant store, which is just a little north of Idabel, between Idabel and Hugo. She's going to help us out tonight. So far, we're going to cover Checotah first. Checotah comes off a district upset loss to the Stigler Panthers last week. And I kind of, it took a lot of people by surprise. And if you listen to Coach Hendricks on our Blitz show this week, he talked a lot about missed tackles and a lot of little bitty mistakes, missed blocks, and not running the right route. So look for that to be cleaned up tonight. Offensively, the Wildcats can put up some numbers. They're averaging 40 points a game. Last week was the first time they were held under 28 points all season. Coach Chad Hendricks has been at the Checotah helm for 7 years. And they have a Division I prospect, senior running back Zion Nichols. We thought he might be able to see some playing time tonight. Thought that cast or that boot may come off that foot. Talked to him in the pregame or before the game, and Nichols will not play tonight. In fact, he may not play until the playoffs. Offensively, they're led by senior quarterback Kay Shropshire, who's a very composed and seasoned quarterback. Freshman Dontre Fisher has done an amazing job of handling the running back duties, and he could be a Division I prospect in his own right very soon. Wildcats have one of the biggest and most physical offensive lines in not only 3A but in the entire state. Defensively, the Wildcats are quick, they're physical, they're aggressive, and sometimes a little too aggressive, and they have a tendency to over-pursue. Some teams, sometimes they can recover because they can cover up their mistakes with their speed, but they're going to be playing with a team with a lot of speed tonight. Bottom line, Wildcats stubbed their toe last week, and I think they're a little bit more focused, so look for them to fix some mental mistakes and be focused and ready to play. Haley, you're going to take over number 3, Idabel, and here's what we're going to look for from Idabel tonight.
Yeah, so far, Idabel has shocked the world last week with a 24-14 upset of the previously unbeaten Seminole. The Warriors are starting the game tonight with a 5-1.
5-1 record.
5-1, yeah, thank you.
It's all right.
They've won 5 straight games this season after losing in Week 1 to the 4A powerhouse Broken Bow. Since that first loss, the Warriors are averaging about 47 points a game, and twice they have actually broke the 60-point mark. This year's coach is Jeffrey Gibson. This is actually his first year at Idabel coaching.
The running game is what gets the Warriors moving on offense. Messiah Block has rushed for 560 yards so far this season. He's averaging almost 10 yards a carry, and as a team, the Warriors are averaging 6.8 yards a carry. So that's one thing we've got to look at is the running game for the Warriors. Now, what comes into play here, Haley, is it has been raining since 6 o'clock this morning. Stopped about 5 o'clock. So the field is saturated and wet. So we really got to watch these running backs on their cutting. Laquan Wells and Redavies Golston alternate at quarterback. They both can throw and they both can run. So look for them both to manage the game respectively. Defensively, the Warriors are fast. They fly to the ball and they tackle in groups. Leading the charge is a VIP 100 senior defensive end Dante Reese, who has 32 tackles on the year, and he has 9 tackles for loss and 3 quarterback sacks. Junior linebacker Michael Harper leads Idabel in tackles with 44 and has 4 quarterback sacks. Haley, what's the bottom line for Idabel?
Well, the Warriors' upset win last week put them on the map, put a huge target on their back. So they're not going to be sneaking up on anyone for the rest of the season. The home team needs to win this to keep in the playoff hunt before they travel to Stigler next week.
So this game is a big game, and Haley, I think you'll agree with me. This might be one of the bigger games of the season right here that Idabel's played at home.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Checotah crowd's kind of sparse, slowly trickling in, and decent crowd here for Idabel. But as we said, it's been raining since 6 o'clock this morning, and this is probably the coldest it's been all year down here, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Now Haley works in our Valiant store, which is just about 20 minutes north of Idabel, 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's probably like 15 to 20.
15, 20 minutes. Depends on how fast you drive, though.
Yeah.
If you're in a company car, you can't drive that fast.
Right. Well, I didn't drive a company car tonight, so.
She didn't drive a company car, so she goes fast she wants to.
Yeah.
Now, Checotah won the toss, and they deferred, and Idabel chose to receive. So Idabel will come out on offense first, and so we're going to see what they're going to be able to do. And I don't know about you, but I'm real curious as to the way Idabel's going to handle this wet field. I've walked out on the field, and the field actually feels pretty solid. It drained pretty well, I think, but still, when you have those kids that are going to make those sharp cuts, that grass is going to be real loose.
Yeah, it's going to be slick.
So we should see some muddy jerseys. Idabel Warriors are in the black jerseys, red helmet, and red numbers. Checotah is in blue pants with a blue helmet and white jersey. As we said, Checotah is 4-2, and Idabel is 5-1. Idabel has won 5 straight this season after that loss in the first of the season. And I think that big loss to Broken Bow. Broken Bow is a great team. They're number 3 in 4A, but I think that kind of woke up the Warriors from what I've talked to some of the fans around here.
Yeah, that's always a big rival game. So, I mean, after that loss, I'm sure they stepped it up a little bit. Now they're ready to come out and show everybody what they can do.
Probably ran a few more bleachers after that, I bet.
Oh, I'm sure.
Right.
Motivate them a little bit.
Right. All right, and the kick is off. It's going to be a short pooch kick. It's going to be fielded at 25, and I can't see the number, and he's got a chance. It looks like that was number 8. Jahani Harjo, a senior wide receiver. And Haley, you'll have to help me out with I think that was number 9. Jackson Thomas. These old eyes, it's hard to see across the field sometimes, but so starting out, and quarterback will be Laquan Wells, number 1. Wells quarterback. Sitting behind him is Messiah Block. Block is a very talented running back. So pistol set formation, and caught the Wildcats off guard. Long pass, and just out of the reach of number 2, and that was Corbin Cooper. And it almost looked like Haley they were over looking towards the sideline for a signal, and he called for the snap, and everyone was, I guess that would be a trick play. Now, my co-announcer that's normally here with me is Brian Shows. He couldn't make the trip, and he always calls for a trick play. So he would be very excited that this game started off with a trick play. Wells in the pistol formation. Block is behind him, calls for snaps, going to hand off to Block. Block around the left side, and is going to be drugged down by number 21. Who was that? Colin Roberts. Keep an eye on Colin Roberts. Colin Roberts, he is, I know you haven't got to see Checotah, Haley, but Colin Roberts and Bobby Morton are their 2 big defensive players. And Roberts has got some Division I looks at number 21 there. So we could easily be seeing him play on Saturday somewhere. So that ended up being a 2-yard loss. So it brings up 3rd and 12 for the Idabel Warriors. And the ball is placed on the 43-yard line. Wells calls for the snap. He's going to roll to his right, dumps it off short, and looks like almost got about a 10-yard gain, and that was number 3, which is, I don't have a number 3. Do you have a number 3, Haley?
I don't think I do.
No, I don't have a number 3 either. So we'll figure out who number 3 is, and it looks like we have an injury on the sideline, and that's who it is. And that's one thing they've got to watch out for is this slick turf. Injuries are going to come real fast as that knee bends or that ankle bends. And the EMS ladies are looks like they're going to head over there to check him out. So we're going to talk while they tend to him right there. So some of our we just had the new iPhone Max X come out, right?
Yeah, it's the XS Max. Pretty nice.
Pretty nice phone,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it is.
I haven't unboxed mine yet. I just got it.
Oh.
So now we have plenty in stock. So folks, rush down there tomorrow and see Haley. I don't know. Are you working tomorrow?
I'm not working tomorrow.
Okay.
Valiant's actually closed. You can
Oh.
go to Idabel or Hugo, and you
Okay.
can see the girls there and get you one.
There you go. And of course, we have our broadcasting up in Checotah too, and we have a Cross Connect store in Checotah. Of course, we have 2 stores in Muskogee, which is just about 15 minutes north of Checotah. But yeah, the new Max X, and when we were in the Idabel store today, they were telling us that they've been selling very swiftly, so that's nice. And of course, we love our customers down here in the southeastern Oklahoma. We don't get down here as much as we like.
Yeah.
But we try to treat y'all nice when we come down. Brought you some shirts and stuff.
Oh yeah, I know it.
Yeah, brought you
We
some.
enjoy that.
Yeah, you like getting goodies, right?
Yeah, we do.
But even though we're based out of Muskogee, and we just don't get down to Idabel in this area as much as we'd like, but we love all the folks down here. They treat us really nice, and that's not a good sign as they're bringing out the backboard. Certainly not a good sign from that young man. But I think they've got him up on his feet, so that's a huge, huge deal. Boy, it's got to be a knee. You see, they're not putting any weight on him right there, so that makes me think it's got to be a knee. And that's unfortunate. You don't like to see that young man. Certainly the first part of the game.
Yeah, I know it.
But hopefully he'll rebound, and maybe it's nothing too major. And they can get him back next week, or get him in at halftime and evaluate him and see if he can come back in the second half. But we have some amazing deals. $40 unlimited plan for your cell phone. Go check it out. It is the best in the world, I guarantee you. And it won't rust, bust, or make the baby cry because it's that awesome of a deal. So it looks like the Warriors are going to go for it. Wells in quarterback. Pistol set, 2 wide receivers top and 2 on the bottom, but they're staggered. Hard count by Wells. Checotah doesn't bite. They look up for a signal from the coach. And the coach and backup quarterback, and they shift. And block is going to set beside Wells this time. It looks like Checotah's bringing a blitz, and they will. Wells is going to try to get around the right side, and he does. So first down for the Warriors right there. Wells calls his own number, just a quarterback sweep. Wells shows it as he pulls his arm out. But, Haley, that's one thing. We've covered Checotah twice this year, and they like to blitz. Sometimes they get them in trouble, and you can see they stepped up in the gap right there, and we're trying to bring pressure. Wells stays at quarterback. Pistol set once again with Block behind him. Man in motion. And a little razzle-dazzle, hands off to the man coming, the slot receiver. We'll see who that was. And that is Corbin Cooper. Cooper is actually listed as a running back, but they set him up in a slot and ran a lot of motion to hand it back off on the inside there. Almost kind of a wing T look. All right, this time a 4 wide receiver set, and they put Block out in the slot on the top. So 3 receivers on the top, 2 on bottom. Wells looks to his left. He's got a man wide open, throws it. He's at almost the 40. Nope, they're going to pull him down at the 42. And that was, who was that?
So this guy reception for the Warriors. Short game of the Vipers. A third and about.
I tackled him.
Jahona Scott made the catch, and 11 for Checotah is Delicro Howard.
Yep, I'm looking at the wrong one.
That's all right. That's all right. A lot of numbers going around out there. And we kind of threw you to the fire right here. Handoff on the inside, and that is Block, and Block is still fighting. Holy cow. Finally pushes him out at the 20-yard line. And, boy, he didn't want to go down right there. That was a heck of a run on the left side. So the ball is spotted. You see our replay right here. Boy, he really fought for it. Ball is going to be spotted at the 18-yard line, I do believe, and this will be a 1st and 10 inside Checotah territory. Low snap's going to hand off the Block once again straight up the middle, and this time, the Wildcat defense able to corral him a little bit. So that will bring up a 2nd and 7, a long 7, or excuse me, a short 7, a long 8. Empty backfield once again. Wells, man in motion, going to hand off the block. Nope, he'll keep it, go up the middle, and runs into a defender at the 5-yard line. So Wells calls his own number and will pick up a first down, and now will be a 1st and goal from the 5. Very nice play calling by the Idabel coaching staff right there. Haley nods her head at me, but it'll take her. She'll be all right. Take her about a quarter. Yeah, we'll get you warmed up. We kind of threw you to the fire here. That's all right. You know, we put you on the Bravado Buzz earlier in the year, and you did a great job on that. So we're going to use Haley as much as possible. Shotgun formation. Going to hand off to. Nope, he's going to keep it. Wells is pointing out wide receivers. Now he's going to dive into the end zone. Is he in or not? It looks like they're going to call him short. Thought he was going to throw it there for a second. He pumped it a few times. Wells looks over, trying to get his offense set up. You know, they haven't had very many substitutions. Idabel hasn't. 5 wide receivers. Block is a slot receiver on the bottom of the screen. Man in motion. And we'll hand off to the man in motion. And I guess, did he get in? I guess so, because there's no indication, though.
Cooper on the carry for the Warriors.
I kind of lost what happened here. He never was down. So now we have 3rd and goal at the 1-yard line. I was a little confused there, Haley. Did you see anything happen? I don't know what happened.
I don't think he got in.
I know he.
Playing around for a second.
Yeah, he ran into the back of Block, and then I didn't see what happened. All right, so Block is in the backfield with Wells. Wells barks out signal, and he will keep it. He's sacked in the back, and there's your man number 21 right there. Colin Roberts, that big defensive end for Checotah, very active. So this brings up 4th and goal. If you're Idabel, do you go for it? They're still out there. Coach is going to call a timeout and talk about it. So you're on the 1-yard line. You've moved the ball well until you got into the 5. So I think, in my opinion, I think you go ahead and go for it. You're home. Yeah, you're at home. And try to gain the momentum there. So timeout by the Idabel Warriors. We were talking about our $40 unlimited talk, text, and data plan, and it's truly unlimited. It's not like some of the other carriers that play smoke and mirrors and say it's unlimited, but you've got to pay an extra fee, or it's unlimited. Right, or you know, if you have green eyes, then it's not unlimited, or if you're under 4 foot tall, it's only 3 foot, whatever. You know, the point I'm making is we don't play smoke and mirrors, do we? We're honest and we're upfront with customers. $40. You know, of course, that's some restrictions apply, like you have to have auto pay and some different things like that. So,
If not, still 45. It's still not bad enough.
no, that's still it's a lot better than anyone else in the state. And if you go outside of our coverage area, you pick up on Verizon Towers, our partners, and so you really have the nation's largest network. All right, they're back on the field. Wells quarterback. Look for the hard count. Man in motion. And he will hand off. No, he will keep it. And I tell you what, he faked it to Corbin Cooper, and Laquan Wells dipped into the end zone. And I tell you what, Wells very talented at faking that handoff, because I was sure that Cooper had the handoff. A little swing and gate action here. They will now line up, and the kicker is, see that number there? There we go. Jarrett Bushers, you are correct. And the kick is good. So 2 opening possessions. Took nearly 6 minutes off the clock. Really kind of what Idabel wants because Checotah is a fast-paced team. They converted 4th down twice, and that's really big because Idabel, I think, Haley, is looking to shorten the game and limit the possessions for Checotah.
Shatila King, Elizabeth Surratt, Suzanne Stevenson, Leah Harris,
Sure.
Kaylin Clay, Lauren
All right.
Corsi.
So that's what the goal is they're going to try to limit the possessions for Checotah, I believe. And you can always go back and watch the Bravado Blitz for this week. We had Coach Hendricks from Checotah on, and we had Coach Gibson from Idabel on the phone and talked with him, and we've got some highlights from their Old-Mulgee game and their Tulsa, I believe it was Tulsa-Webster game. So be sure and check that out as well. So that's really fun to watch. We release that every, usually Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. Depends on when we get all the coaches in. Sometimes that's our delay is waiting on coaches. And Idabel will set the kickoff from the 40. I think what's fun is what's great about the grass field, Haley, is they paint the lines. They're never really straight. That's some great football. And a little squib kick. Checotah will get on it. And he'll cover it up at the 36, maybe 37-yard line. Now, who do we have to watch out for Idabel? They've got a big man right there, Division I prospect. Keep an eye on this guy right here. Dante Reese is a monster. And he's not only a monster, he's a good young man. And I have enjoyed business with him multiple times. But on the other side, Checotah, their quarterback, Kate Shropshire, is one of the nicest young men we'll run into. And Dante Fisher is a very headsy freshman player. Shropshire flips it over, and that was to Barrett. And Barrett, a jet sweep, going to pick up 11, maybe 12 yards. Barrett last week, Haley, was hindered with an allergic reaction to poison ivy. Yeah, so Barrett is their go-to wide receiver. He's number 3, and he's a very talented wide receiver and very talented a defensive back as well. And we've almost dubbed them kind of the triplets because Shropshire's a good quarterback. Daughtry Fisher, a freshman, is a good running back, stepping in for the injured Nichols. So the first play, first down, Shropshire will take a snap. It's going to be a quarterback sweep around the left side. You pick up about 5, maybe 6 yards. So we'll see where they spot him.
And about 5.
All right, Shropshire takes the snap. He's going to roll to his right looking, and he has, that is Howard. Howard cuts back across, loses the ball, and I think Idabel's got the recovery. And sure enough, and that is number 9. Jackson Thompson comes up with the football. So it was Howard, Shalikro Howard, who caught the pass and was trying to cut up against the grain. And if you haven't noticed, it's wet, so that wet ball slipped right out of his hand. Yep. So 5 minutes and 22 seconds and a first turnover on Checotah's first possession. Wells is going to look deep. Nope, he slings it out to the side, had a man wide open. He's down the right sideline, and he's going to be popped out of bounds. And let's see who that was. That was Cooper.
Cooper on the reception for the Warriors. First down, Idabel.
And I didn't even see Cooper slip out of the backfield on that one. So Cooper will pick up about 15 yards on that one. That will spot the ball right on the 50. Wells brings the call back into the huddle. That's one thing you don't see a whole lot of anymore, Haley, is huddles. Everyone calls it from the line. So they break the huddle. Wells has two running backs in the backfield with him. Takes the snap. He looks to his left, and he's got Cooper once again. Cooper, one tackle miss. Going to be swung down at the 43-yard line, and he was tackled by Bailey McIntosh. Makes the tackle for the Checotah Wildcats. I've got him listed wrong in my my lineup sheet here. I've got him listed at 28. I messed up there. All right, Wells in the backfield, pistol formation, man in motion towards him is Cooper, and he's going to hand off the other direction and snuffed out by none other by your guy right there, Colin Roberts. So Colin Roberts stayed home on the little trickeration there. The Kevin King was on. It was almost, and it's not really a reverse. He was coming out of the slot. He comes out of the slot once again. King going to hand off to King this time, and once again he's tackled by the big number 21, Colin Roberts. So that will bring up another fourth down. This time 4th and 4, and it looks like the punt team will at least come out and show punt. Out there to punt is number 22, Bushers. Nice punt, man, look at that. And it will bounce and trickle down to about the 12 or 13-yard line. So the first punt of the night. Nice punt by Idabel. This will bring up first down and 10. Let's see where they spot it. At the 12-yard line, first down and 10 at the 12. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the first period. Down here in Idabel, scores 7-0 Idabel. Hands off to Fisher, and Fisher's first carry of the night will get him about 1, possibly 2 yards. So he will get 2 yards on the carry. Brings up 2nd and 8. Second 8 for the Wildcats. Shropshire in the quarterback. Set back there with Fisher. And it will be a quarterback sweep to the right side. Shropshire picks it up inside. And will pick up, man, he almost picked up 8 yards on that one, Haley. It was a very nice read because he was following Fisher, and he saw there was a hole open up. I know, she's working on it. And 3rd and 1, quarterback sneak by Fisher. But what I was saying was Shropshire was following Fisher out. And instead of bouncing to the outside, he saw a little crease, cut it back, got a couple of yards on the inside. And he was able to pick up that gain. So the quarterback sneak now gets the first down. So 1st and 10 at the almost the 45. The 25. Shropshire takes snap, rolls to his left, got pressure, and he's going to throw off his back foot and overthrows Barrett over on the sideline. And he overthrew that on purpose because he was fixing to get leveled by the big man there. Dante Reese able to get a lot of pressure on Shropshire. Second and 10 now. And going to hand off to Fisher, straight up the hole. Look at him go. He's got a big hole and pulled down by Wells after about a 15-yard gain. Haley, I think you could have ran through that hole.
Yeah, I think I could have.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Pretty good hole there. And so a nice 15-yard gain by Fisher. First down and 10. The ball will be placed on the 40-yard line, I believe. Starting to get a little muddy. It's hard to see from up here. Lights are not the brightest. Maybe my eyes are just getting old. 3 wide receivers on the bottom. Shropshire barks out signals. He'll keep it himself and follows a tackle, a pulling guard. And we'll pick up maybe, you got a few more yards than what I thought. He got 3 yards on that play. So that will bring up a 2nd and 8. 3 wide receivers on the bottom. And Fisher still in the backfield with Shropshire. Shropshire now adjusts Fisher to his left. So he hops over to the left, takes a snap. He's going to look to throw. He's got, So he had a man open, and that was Howard, and it bounced off of Howard's arm, and then I thought Barrett was going to have it. Then I thought it was going to be intercepted. No, the volume's fine. Shropshire, Fisher down the left sideline. He's at the 30. And going to be knocked out of bounds at the 20. Nope, they say he stepped out of bounds at the 28.
Personal foul and personal conduct on the Wildcats.
Bring it back, Bert. Come on, Warriors. Hang it up, baby. Hang it up.
All right, so Fisher
After the mark-off, Wildcats take over first down.
had a run down the sideline, and it looks like a penalty of some sort. We're trying to fix our audio up here, so bear with us. 19 seconds left in the first quarter, so they brought it back to the 40 of Idabel. Did you see a flag? I didn't see a flag, but and short throw, unsportsmanlike conduct. Okay, short throw to Barrett. Barrett's going to pick up. We're going to give him 3 yards. That's actually worse. Yeah, that's better. And that's the end of the first quarter. Actually, that's the best audio I've had all day right there. So I don't know. We've got these stinking gremlins. I thought maybe having Haley up here, the gremlins would get out of the system and bother her. So, Haley, first quarter is in the books. 7-0 by the home team. What you thought? We're going to have a game tonight, aren't we? Right. Use your voice. Just like you and I are having a conversation. Just, Idabel, they moved the ball well for the punt. There's only been 4 possessions, and this is the 4th possession of the game right here. So both teams obviously look like they want to establish a run, and Idabel has done that. Checotah has done it in spurts. So looks like they're having more problems with the weather than Idabel is. And a jet sweep once again to Barrett. Barrett has traffic in the backfield, and I think they snuffed that one out. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, we're going to get Haley warmed up here, right?
Let's hope.
So a 3rd and we're going to call it a long 5. Shropshire in the shotgun. Fisher beside him. Dropshire's going to call his own number, looking for a hole, spins away, and got tattooed there by our big man, Dante Reed. And I missed it. I was talking to Mike. Haley, what was it? A pass over to Barrett? We were. Oh, here's our replay right here. Oh wow, what a catch over there! Had a man right in front of him. One missed tackle, and Barrett is going to run into the end zone. So what was that? A 35-yard catch and run right there, and nearly picked off by Jaden Ellis, number 4. A sophomore defensive back for the Warriors. And so we got a game now. And Checotah will set up the kick an extra point. Oh! And the extra point is blocked. And you can't return it in high school football, so he was going to return it for 2 points. In college you can, but a blocked extra point, and that could be huge at the end of the game. Those two, that 1 point right there. So here we are. Checotah gets on the board, blocked extra point, and folks, I know you may be watching this on a delay. Back it up and see where the pressure came from. We appreciate you watching this. If you are watching on delay, we see right there the man made the touchdown catch, David Barrett right there. 13-yard touchdown reception. Work. Close enough, right? That's what I was taught. Close enough. I tell you one thing I like about this this field right here. This is called on the boots kick. Playing on this grass field, the cheerleaders are in buck boots. I mean, that is high school football to a T. When you have a dirt track and it's basically 2 inches of mud, and your cheerleaders are enough self-aware that they bring their rain boots and their mud boots.
Resembles Oklahoma very well.
I like it. I like it, right? You probably got a pair of muck boots, don't you?
I have some.
Yeah. All right. Warriors have the ball once again. Wells remains your quarterback with Block in the backfield. And Wells will keep it and able to escape a couple of white jerseys, but he's going to be pulled down, looks like, for a no gain.
Short game on the play brings up 3rd and 9. Well, 2nd and 9 for the Warriors.
Wells still your quarterback. Defensive signal's being called out. Wells is going to hand it to Block. Block up the middle. And met with some resistance. However, he will pick up 3 yards on the carry. And Haley, do we want to guess who made the tackle? number 21, Colin Roberts. And Wells is going to throw it short out to Cooper. Cooper, oh, wow, nice tackle made. Cooper thought he could have got away from him, but nice open field tackle by number 3, Barrett. So Jacob Barrett coming up from his defensive back position to make a nice open field tackle. And that's the way you're supposed to do is go through the body and tackle with the leg.
Oh, baby, y'all got to block off that ball, baby. You ain't going to get that like that.
So this will bring up a 4th down. Punt team is in. And we'll punt it away. Short punt going to be fielded by Barrett. Barrett, it bounces off his chest, but wow. Farmer was on his side on that one, don't you think?
Yeah.
If you can watch it here on the replay, it's going to bounce right off his chest. And, oh, goodness gracious. Boy, they dodged a bullet there. That would have been 2 turnovers in the first half. That's a tough one to overcome.
Come on, baby, let's get this
All right, so
ball,
this is now this will be 3 possessions for each team. This is the Wildcats' 3rd possession. It comes at 9:06 in the 2nd quarter, and they're down by 1.7 to 6. Shropshire, your quarterback, number 4. Running back is Dontre Fisher, number 6. Going to hand off to Fisher up the middle and scoots around, still trying to get loose. And big man Dante Reese pile drives him back at the 43-yard line. I'm telling you, hey, Dante Reese, man, he is a load. He's a big man. That defensive end, I understand why some of these D1 schools are looking at him. As they would say, he's a man-child. Brings up 2nd and 11, a 1-yard loss, courtesy of Mr. Reese. Snap. Shropshire's going to throw it. He throws it low, and it almost looked like the ball just slipped out of his hand on that throw. Yeah, he had. It probably was for the best because Barrett was covered up, and he was going to get hit right in the spot. And if you throw it too high, Barrett has a hard time handling it. Pops straight up, and it's an interception. So, you know, all things considered, I think you take that one as a draw and just go at it. Having problems with signals coming in and trying to get everyone set up. Howard looks a little confused on his setup, and a timeout's going to be called by Checotah. The play clock is down to 1. Checotah's first timeout. It comes with 8 minutes and 24 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. And you look down there at our scoreboards here. Beautiful Bravado Wireless sign down there. And we certainly love coming down to the southeast. We don't get to as much as we'd like. All right. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Jocelyn James, Leandra LaForce.
Bigger, but their coverage where you live is still small. At Bravado Wireless, we provide the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month, right here in Eastern Oklahoma. You deserve to connect fast to your family, friends, and colleagues, wherever they are, with no interruptions and no excuses. Don't buy into big. Go bold. Go Bravado. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection. Big wireless.
And we are back to Checotah at Idabel. 3rd and 11. Shropshire rolls out to his right. He's got a man open. Throws it high. Wow, what a grab there by Barrett. And he's still fighting. Going to be pulled out of bounds. That's going to be about a 9-yard gain. And, wow, that's a good catch, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
You can see right here on replay. Boy, he climbed the ladder on that one. So Barrett right there. So far, Barrett has been very big in this game. Well, he didn't pick up as much as what I thought he did. So now we have 4th and we're going to call it a short 4. Wildcats stay out there. Shropshire is going to keep it around the right side, and he's got it and more. Will pick up, man, right about 10 yards. So this will bring up another first down, and Haley, that is the what is it? Is that the fourth down conversion on both teams together tonight? Handoff to Fisher, straight up the gut, and Fisher will be brought down by none other by the big number 54.
Dante Reese.
Dante Reese right there, man. And I think Reese is shifting to the side that Fisher is set up on. So we'll keep an eye on that. And that will give him about a 3-yard gain. So 2nd and 7. Barrett in motion, takes a snap, going to hand it off to Fisher. Fisher's got some room around the right side. He has a first down and more. Spins at the 20, and is going to be knocked down at the 15-yard line. So a nice run on the right side by Fisher, and I think that jet sweep action to where they ran the jet sweep twice, and nope, we have a holding call, and that will come back. What do you think about them apples? Not quite sure yet.
Nope, not yet.
we're hopefully we pick up a few fans of Haley, because I know we had fans of Haley on the when we did the Buzz last month. So hopefully that'll help our broadcast out. You've got some fans out there, I'm sure, don't you?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Probably a few more than what you want, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually how it goes.
All right, that will back him up, a holding call. So now it is 2nd and about 14. 2nd and 18, excuse me. 2nd and 18. Drop sergeant looks to his left, and flag will fly. And we'll see what the call is. False start on the offense. So we had movement on the interior. Well, I had a movement somewhere. And that will back him up 5 more yards. So now we'll bring up 2nd and 23, 24. And this is where you basically have 2 downs or 3 downs. So, you don't have to get it all back in once. And Fisher's going to look, keeps looking, and he's got a man, and that is Howard. Howard made up for the drop pass earlier. You'll watch the screen here. Howard just runs. Oh, boy, he started to run a slant, so it's kind of my brain eludes me here what route that was. But he was open in the seam. And this shortens the field to 3rd and 6. He's going to hand off to Fisher up the middle. Fisher will gain maybe a yard. They're going to give him a yard, so this brings up 4th and 4. 4th and 4. Checotah stays out on the field. 3 wide receivers up top, 1 on the bottom, the one on the, there's none on the bottom, 3 up top. Fisher's long man, going to hand off and went to the well one too many times with the quarterback lead, and he's going to be stuffed for about a 1-yard gain. So a nice 4th down attempt, and our 4th down stand, rather, by Idabel. Dante Reese, big man right there, does a nice job leading that defense. So Dante Reese with the stop and turns the ball over. Laquan Wells, quarterback, takes the snap. He's going to look, screen pass out the block, and he's going to be drugged down. And no, he's not. He's still fighting. Comes back to him. It's Bailey McIntosh. So McIntosh misses the initial tackle, then comes around and makes the tackle, and for a 1-yard loss. I thought nearly he had a face mask there. So a 1 yard loss brings up 2nd and 11 with 5:25 to go in the second quarter. And Wells with the snap's going to look up the middle, and immediately he is contacted by Andrew Arden, linebacker for the Wildcats. And it was real. I was watching Haley's guy here, number 21, Colin Roberts. He was thinking about bringing a blitz there, and then he kind of skinnied up to the line. Wells still your quarterback along with Block in the backfield. Wells takes his snap, going to roll to his right, and he's got a man open, and that's King. King is going to be, Bailey lets go of him and will be drugged down. Should have probably been a horse collar, and will be drugged down at the 43-yard line.
King on reception for the Warriors. First down, Idabel.
So a quick throw to Wells' right connects with King. King down the sideline. One missed tackle by Bailey McIntosh. And a first down, a nice run down the sideline. Got a shot, nice shot of King there. Wells in the backfield. 2 wide receivers up top, 2 on the bottom. 1 man, pistol set. Going to hand off to Block. No, he keeps it. He's going to go around the left side. He's got a nice room, and he's going to be slung down. And he's going to be dropped for a loss on that one. They're saying his knee wasn't down, or that's what the Idabel fans are saying, but we'll watch here on the replay. And, yes, his knee did touch down. I'm sorry, what?
Oh, yeah, I was just saying, yeah, I saw him go down right there.
Haley's back in the game with us.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get in there. Make it count for halftime, baby. Let's go. Get off that ball.
Wells takes a snap, looking to throw deep, and he does, and overthrows wide receiver. And that was number 3 that he missed on. That's the one that got hurt earlier and we don't have on our roster.
Third down for the Warriors.
So Haley, this brings up a 3rd and 11, and it's kind of curious. The running game's got him here, and they've gone to the pass the last 2 times. Watch Roberts coming off the corner, and he's coming after him. High thrown ball, nearly picked off, but Barrett was out of bounds. And boy, we saw that one coming, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Barrett was setting ready for the blitz, and that brings up 4th. But it's kind of a curious decision. The Idabels ran the ball so well, and what's your thoughts? They went to a pass the last 2 plays, kind of got out of their rhythm there. Well, it's curious because they did get at they had a lot of rhythm and a lot of momentum running the ball. And you can see Coach Gibson down there talking to Laquan Wells. This time Barrett fields it and is going to get a block. And they don't call the block in the back. Yeah, they finally do. You see that? The official sat there and he just thought about it for a few minutes. So we saw it. You'll see it here on, well, we couldn't see it on replay, but there was a block in the back. And Haley and I weren't sure they were going to call it. And then as he gained some yardage, they did throw it. And they threw it at about the 8-yard line. All right, 3 minutes and 6 seconds before halftime. And, honestly, the field has held up a lot better than what I thought it would with all this rain. I think we need to get a telestrator. You can draw on it, right?
Yeah.
You can draw up here, right? But I was going to say they should have. Okay, it should have been a spot foul. It should have been a spot foul at about the 8, and then they should back them up half the distance to the goal. So in theory, they should be on the 4-yard line, and it looks like that's in the area they are.
After the penalty mark off, Checotah takes over first down at the 4-yard line.
And so they will have 1st and 10 at their own 4, and 3 wide receivers on the bottom. Now watch this, because Barrett is in the slot, number 3. They're going to hand off to Fisher around the right side. Fisher's got a little room, and tough to bring down, but he will be finally stopped after they're going to pick up maybe about 3 yards. Watch it here on replay. Fisher tries to bounce, and he just keeps going. And finally they stand him up. And so, no, they gave him a lot more yards than I thought. They gave him 5 yards on that one. So a 5-yard gain. Two wide receivers on the bottom, 1 on top. And Shropshire looking deep for Barrett, and Barrett nearly has a circus catch. But some great defense over there. And that defensive play was by Jahadi Harjo. So Harjo, great defense by Idabel. And going to be handoff to Fisher straight up the hole. Fisher's going to pick up 4 yards. Nope, they're not going to give him quite that much. They're going to give him about 2 yards. So this brings up 4th and 3, and you're going to have to punt it there. You know, one thing, Haley and I, we've talked about the plans and or talked about the $40 plan and talked about the new phones. And, wow, they're going to go for it, Haley. Caught me off guard. I was ready to talk commercial here. And a minute 50 to go. They're going to go for it, 4th and goal. Nope, quick kick. Nice call by Checotah. That's a great equalizer, but it didn't. I don't think it got the distance they wanted. Haley, you know, this is more your expertise. Talk about some of the phones that we have that have just come out.
Yeah, so we spoke a little bit on that iPhone XS Max.
Uh-huh. Well, what's different in that phone, and, you know, what's some of the new improvements they brought in on that?
Well, I mean, they come out with the X before, you know, and they took away the button on the
home
home
button?
screen button. Yeah, they took
Right.
that one away, and then we got some face recognition stuff. So you can unlock your phone with your face just by looking at it, and so that's about the difference between, you know, the regular phones and then.
Well, that's going to be scary if I try to unlock my phone and Siri's like, no, you too ugly. All right, Wells has the hands it off to Block, and Block, I tell you what, tough running there. Kind of got slapped in the face there by Cade Shropshire from his safety position. You'll watch the replay here. He cuts up and does a good job. A non-holding call there on, they were holding 21 Collins, but that's why you play the game. So 2nd and 9, and jet sweep and hand off to Cooper. Cooper fights up the middle, dives. Wow, I tell you what a great second effort by Cooper to pick up about 6 yards there. So a nice second effort by Cooper on a little jet sweep there. 3rd and 3 now the on the down marker, and clock is ticking at 45 seconds and going. Empty backfield. 5 wide receiver set. And if man in motion, it's King, and we had, they don't call it, but there was motion, wide receiver jump, and it's just a sweep for Wells, and Wells is going to pick up a nice 10 or 11-yard gain. Timeout on Idabel. They're going to talk about this one with 24 seconds left. The ball's going to be spotted at the 23-yard line. Let's see what they have in their bag of tricks here. 24 seconds, and If you're Idabel, you try to go to the air again, or you just keep it on the ground. You have one timeout remaining in your pocket. If you get to call the play on this one, what are you doing? Keeping it on the ground?
Yeah, I'd probably say I'd keep it on the ground.
Well, they've had
Let's see.
success.
Yeah.
Keep it on the ground. Maybe try to get King on the jet sweep. So Haley says keep it on the ground, and let's see what they do. All Haley's fans, you get to vote in afterwards if we get to keep her or not.
I'm sure we're going to have a lot of knots on that one.
I'm sure that Bree would be your biggest cheerleader to keep you right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Wells drops back, and he's got pressure, and the ball's knocked down by none other than
21, Colin Roberts.
Boy, he's been everywhere tonight, hasn't
Yeah,
he?
he has.
He's had a great defensive game so far. So Roberts able to get in there and knock the pass down. That stops the clock, of course, on the incomplete pass. So this brings up 2nd and 10. The ball is at the 23-yard line. 21 seconds to go before halftime. Wells, 5 wide receiver set. Takes snap. He's going to roll to his left, and he's got a man. And this time up in the air knocking a ball down was Fisher, the freshman who's playing linebacker tonight. So 2 plays in a row and 2 passes knocked down. So that cuts it to 15 seconds, and I guess they should have listened to you and maybe tried to run the ball.
Yeah, I guess so.
So 15 seconds, 3rd down and 10. And this is still 2-down territory, but you would really like to get a 1st down and a quick timeout. So let's see what they call. Pistol set, block is in the backfield, and block will stay back to the block. Long pass going to the end zone, and he drops the ball, and that was King. I thought King had it as he fell to the ground. We'll watch it on replay, and nicely thrown ball by Wells. Wow, King nearly had it, goodness, right on his hands. So they're going to line up for a field goal. 10 seconds to go before halftime, and the ball's on the 23. So this will be a 42-yard field goal. No, excuse me, a 40-yard field goal. And it's blocked. It's blocked. And the ball still being kicked around, finally recovered by Corbin Cooper. So the field goal was blocked, and blocked by Dontre Fisher, the freshman. 3 seconds left, and so Checotah has a little bit of life right here. So that was a, man, that could be a big momentum swing going into halftime. Even though you don't get any points, you do have a big play like that, and that can be a big momentum swing. All right, Checotah's going to come out in a victory formation, so they're just going to down the ball and go into the locker room, which is probably safe. You have a wet ball, and you don't want to risk a turnover, so Cade Shropshire will take it under center and just kneel down. And so they'll head to the locker room, and could be a little bit of momentum swing there for Checotah as they block that field goal. And, both teams have played well. It's a 1-point ball game, and that 1 point could come back to haunt them right there. Nice shot right there as they walk into or jog into the locker room. All right, so folks, we're going to send it to commercial, and Haley and I are going to take a break, take a look at the bands, and we'll be back with a few minutes before halftime's over.
There is truly no place like home. Right here in Eastern Oklahoma, Bravado Wireless provides the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month. We believe in strong, connected communities. That's why we live stream community events like local football games. You may not know us by name, but we'll be at the same festivals and cheering for our kids on the same sidelines. Because we live where you live. Visit BravadoWireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection. There is truly no place like home. Right here in Eastern Oklahoma, Bravado.
Richard County's 2018 competition show is ready to show on turf. Solos include Florida, Allison Moore, this solo by Elizabeth Buckland, trumpet solo by Dalton Dale, and trombone solo by Melanie Mary. Drum major, is your band ready? You may begin your show. May I have your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen? We have a white Ford Fusion in the parking lot that is blocking someone in and it needs to be moved. The white Ford Fusion, license plate HET815. HET815. A white Ford Fusion needs to be moved. You are blocking someone in.
Are we back yet? Are we back yet? Okay. My co-host is sitting
I'm
right
right
here.
here.
All right, so Haley, let's talk a little bit about the. I thought you were going to take a selfie.
I was going to. I mean, this headset's real cool. I
Well,
wanted to.
let's get a selfie
I
and we'll
feel
get
like
it
a
posted
professional.
on social media here
Right.
with your. All right. So yeah, be sure and tag me in that, and we'll put that up on our social media page as our ventures down here in Idabel. So Haley, what's your take on the first half? I mean, maybe your good luck because this is the first game we've had that's actually close going into the second half of play. Good things. What good? I mean, let's talk about good things you've seen. Idabel has moved the ball on the ground, and then curiously they started trying to throw the ball, and all of a sudden it's kind of like they killed them, kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit.
But look, we can fix it.
Disagree with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, completely.
You agree? All right. Some good things. Let's talk about some good things you saw from Checotah in the first half. What are some good things defensively you saw from Checotah? Just Colin Roberts. Okay, for an example. He's really seemed to be. We called his name a lot. He was all over the field and really kind of wreaked a little bit of havoc on Idabel on their running game.
Yeah, I did.
And if you'll notice, well, I know you haven't got to watch Checotah, but they moved their linebackers out a little bit further than what they normally put them in, and I think that has a lot to do with Idabel's likes to get to the corner. So Idabel hasn't been able to get to the corner and turn that corner upfield. So we'll watch the second half and see if Idabel has made any adjustments on that, and maybe try to run the ball inside the tackles a little bit more. So as we are set to tee it up for the second half of play, Idabel leads 7-6 to the Checotah Wildcats. And Checotah will be receiving. Again, they are in blue pants, white jersey. So Checotah will have the ball first. Haley, you're going to get paid by the word. on the second half.
Oh, gosh.
So
I better go try to win some money.
all right, we're going to get Haley more involved in the second half here. Get all her fans and stalkers. And the kick is away. It is a line drive kick. Will bounce. Be taken by Barrett. Barrett straight up the hole. And, you know, I've got to give it to the Idabel coaches and groundskeepers. The field's held together really nicely.
Yeah, it has.
I mean, what do you think? We got about 1.5 inches, 2 inches of rain today?
Yeah, probably so.
That system just kind of stalled out about noon and dropped a little bit of rain, and I really expected the field to get ripped up more than what. I mean, it's muddy, but it's not bad. So Shropshire will bring his troops out. He has 2 wide receivers on the bottom, 1 on top, takes a snap, and will hand off to Fisher straight up the hole. A little bit of hole, but the gap closed quickly. Defensively making a tackle, it looked like it was Trey Richards. And so we've called out Dante Reese's name quite a bit, and Richards has been in there a lot as well. Fisher able to pick up 2 yards, so 2nd and 8. Fisher in the backfield with Shropshire. Shropshire is going to look to his right, and he hits a man over the middle, trying to get upfield, and a nice hit. That was Howard that caught the ball.
Riley Allen on the stop for the Warriors. Brings up 3rd down without 1.
So that will bring up 3rd and inches. They're asking for a measurement, and they're going to call a first down on that. So it will be a first down. So Howard will pick up the 8 plus a little bit, waiting for the chains to move. 3 wide receivers on the bottom. Shropshire gets everyone set. Three wide receivers bottom. Shropshire takes a snap and will hand off to Fisher. Fisher off the left, right behind the left tackle, and not going to pick up much at all. Maybe about a half a yard. No, they may give him a yard. Be a 2nd and a long 9. Formation is going to flip. And Shropshire rolls to his right. Wide receiver falls down, and he had Dante Reese coming right in his face. That's a big man coming right after you. I'd want to get rid of the ball too.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, Reese double teamed there, but man, he is a load, and that was Barrett that fell down coming out of his break, and that's one thing we talked about in the first half is watch the. Going into halftime was watch the field and see if it got a little bit more sloppy, and there you go right there. All right, brings up 3rd and 9. Shropshire will hand off to Fisher straight up the gut. And I tell you what, Haley, that Idabel Warriors defense, we talked about it in pregame. They swarm to the ball and they tackle in bunches, and they are not going to let that interior running game beat them.
Jackson Thompson in first on the tackle, brings up 4th down for the Wildcats.
This will bring up 4th and 6, and they've showed the quick kick. Let's see if Shropshire, and he will do a quick kick, and that's a nice equalizer right there. And you're going to ask me, well, why would you want a quick kick versus punt it, right?
Right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, so you want to know why you would quick kick it instead of punt it?
Yeah.
Well, the reason why is when you set up in a traditional punt formation, and with as athletic as Idabel is, they have a very good return man. So this way it forces the safeties and the corners to come up, and you can punt it basically over their head. So it's a nice A lot of schools do it. A lot of, I would say maybe about 20%. But that will flip the field a little bit. 1st and 10 on the 18-yard line, 19-yard line for the Idabel Warriors. Wells is your quarterback. He'll take the snap, and immediately he's going to throw and is knocked out of the air. And that, again, Haley, what did you say going right before halftime, Idabel? Run the ball.
Run it.
Run the ball. Keep running the ball. All right, so an incomplete pass makes it 2nd and 10. Wells in a pistol set. Block is your running back. He's going to run the option and pitches out the block. Block's got some room, and he's going to dash around the right side and will be held up for about an 8-yard gain. So running a little bit of an option here. And Wells pitches it out to block around the right side, and will be wrestled, almost bulldogged out of bounds.
Block on the carry for the Warriors. 3rd down and about 2.
Brings up 3rd and 2. Wells takes the snap, and they're going to call,
Flag on the play.
I think they're going to call illegal shift, and that's what it was. And the man wasn't set, so that'll be a 5-yard penalty and back up the Idabel Warriors. I think we showed encroachment, but it was an illegal shift, backs them up 5 yards. So now instead of 3rd and 2, now they're going to have 3rd and 7. So 3rd and 7 and offset formation. Wells runs for his life. He's rolling out. He's got some room to run, and he's taken down. What a great tackle by number 6 right there. And that was Dante Fisher, the freshman. And I don't think Wells had any intention of throwing this. He was running, and Fisher comes up and makes a nice open field tackle. And Wells is limping off. And if you'll watch the replay on that, I think the reason he's limping off was Tyler Whitlock for Checotah landed on him after the tackle. So hopefully he can walk it off. It's just, he's limping, but it doesn't look anything dire. What do you think, Dr. Haley?
I think it's going to be all right.
Rub some mud on it?
Yeah, just
Rub some mud on it and get after it.
a little dirt on it. Call it good.
Yep. Punt formation. Punt team is out. High snap. Punter steps back, and he gets it away with pressure. It's going to bounce. Barrett's going to let it bounce, and will be down at the 40. Yeah, he official calls it, and should be marked at about the 40. I think they let it bounce back about 3 yards. So we'll see.
Flag on the play. Indication is personal foul.
And
Against
we do have a flag on it, but man, those pink flags are hard to see. And it looks like they're saying in the trailer we could have a personal foul, and they're going to bring it back. So if it's a personal foul on Checotah, it'll be a personal foul on Idabel. So they will mark it after the spot of the ball, or are they going to repunt? I don't think the officials know what they're going to do just yet.
personal foul against the Warriors after the walk-off. Checotah takes over 1st down.
So it's a dead ball personal foul, so that moves it. They gave them, holy cow, they gave them 20 yards. Okay, so I'm lost here, but 1st and 10 at the 40 for Checotah. And jet sweep once again to Barrett. Barrett, man, they just swallowed him up. That Warrior defense had said, no, sir, we will not have that anymore. Have a seat. Haley, who were some of the defenders on that one? Did you get a good shot at it?
No, I didn't.
I'm going to force you to talk. I'm going to force you to talk. All right, we're gonna have to do some tough love up here on Haley.
Put the hands on that ball, defense.
I got this zip tie here. I'm gonna start whooping her right here. All right, so a 2-yard loss on the jet sweep. Going to hand off to Fisher around the right side. Fisher's got some room and tries to dance a little bit. He'll get down to about the 31, so real close to a first down territory.
Fish on the carry.
Let's go, baby. Let's hit it.
You know, and I've kind of got to give some kudos to Barrett. Man, he could have just knocked out that cornerback on a backside block, but he didn't. He just kind of got in his way. Obviously, it looks like going to be a quarterback sneak, and I'm not sure Shropshire got that or not. Third and 1, and I'm not real sure he got it.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Can we get a? No, we don't have a camera lined up with that one. Well, he didn't get it. He did not get it, and that's boy, that was a curious call. And so now we have 4th and 1. The ball's on the 31-yard line. Shotgun formation, and we'll hand it off to Fisher around the left side, and Fisher gets it. Wow, escaped that one and just hopped across the line on that. And it was Jackson Thompson that was unable to tackle him in the backfield. No, excuse me, Thompson, I don't mean to hate on you there. It was Jaden Ellis that missed the tackle in the backfield. So a first down, about a 3-yard gain, brings up another first down, and now at the 29-yard line. I've been trying to call out. Shropshire looking to pass. He's got Barrett in the flat, and Barrett is going to be swallowed up and brought down by number 8. That was Jahadi Harjo, senior defensive back for the Idabel Warriors.
Let's go, defense. Don't let them score, baby. Hold on. Get to that quarterback, defense.
Shotgun formation once again. Fisher beside Shropshire. Is going to hand off to Fisher up there. No, bounces to the left. He's got some room. He's on the edge, and he's going to be, he keeps going. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds at about the 11-yard line. Holy cow, that was a great run. And what you'll see on the replay is a nice outside block, the way they capped that outside over there, and that was the wide receiver, Howard. So Howard, a nice, what they call a seal block. So Howard gets a nice seal block on the backside to able to free up Fisher. Takes a long time to get the call in right now. 3 wide receivers on the bottom of the screen. Fisher still sits next to the left of Shropshire. Shropshire takes a snap and will hand off to Fisher once again, straight up the gut. And big number 54, Dante Reese, once again makes that tackle.
Second down for the Wildcats.
Give it up, 54.
And a no gain goes down. They've really, Reese and Wise and Richards have really the Checotah offensive line has not been able to get the push that they normally do. And those 3 guys have really are the reason why. And Shropshire will keep it and swallowed up by Richards. So that's Richards, 58, that initially grabbed hold of him. But what's happening here is those 3 guys are making that offensive lineman work a little bit harder. And that Checotah offensive line, which normally gets about a 3-yard push, is not getting that 3-yard push. It's pretty much a stalemate. And anytime there's a stalemate, the defense wins. So that will bring up third and looks like about 8, a long 8. Takes the snap and looks to throw to the right, and he has, I can't see what number was that, Haley? Number 5. Haley's voice changed very deeply there. And that's number 5, Trenton Dan, excuse me. That light on. That was Trenton Dan. Looked like a little split screen. And they're going to go for 2 here. Swinging gate. Pitches it over, and 2-point conversion is good. And that's Howard. No, excuse me. That's your man right there. Number 21, Colin Roberts. So we now have a 14-7 ball game. And with 3:53 left to go in the third quarter, the Wildcats have their first lead of the night. Trenton Dan with a 8. Yes, but it wasn't Trenton Dan that scored. Trenton Dan did score. Yes, excuse me. Trenton Dan scored on that last touchdown reception, and Colin Roberts scored the 2-point conversion. So, Haley, if you're Idabel, what do you do? I think we have vapor lock on Haley. Run the ball.
I went blank for a second.
Run the ball. Run the ball.
Stick with what's working.
Stick with what's working. And that's real curious that they've gone to the pass. I thought the first one was Fisher, but I could be wrong. Was it Dan earlier? Okay. Well, I think I miscalled that one then. It was, I thought it was, but it was Trenton Dan that had to, well, he's had both touchdown catches. So Trenton Dan has come up big. Excuse me, Mr. and Mrs. Dan. I didn't mean to not give him his props there. All right, so after a short kick, Idabel will take over on the 34-yard line. Wells will hand it off to Block, and Block is stopped at the line of scrimmage. One thing you've got to watch on that stop right there is you had Cade Shropshire up there, as well as some other defensive backs, Connor Jenkins. And so they're going to force Idabel to try to pass. They're moving up on the snap of the ball. And Wells is going to have it and fakes the pitch and will dive inside, tackled by none other than Haley's buddy there. Colin Roberts, yep. Haley's going to wake up in the middle of her sleep tonight. And Colin Roberts.
Yep.
Colin Roberts. All right, so 3rd and 9. It's a long 8, short 9. Wells in a pistol set. And he will drop back the pass. He throws it short, and he has lots of room. And, boy, he may have had that first down, and that was Corbin Cooper. And I tell you what, Cooper was not shying away from the contact on that one. You're watching our replay right here. Cooper wide open, and, boy, I think he might be short, and they're going to say he's short by about a yard. So 4th and 1, and Cooper was set up in the slot and just kind of popped out there, took a short pass. So Idabel Warriors will stay on the field. Wells calls out the signals, and a fumble by Blocker, and Checotah's got it. And recovered by number 40. So recovered by number 40, Bailey McIntosh. It looks like they never got the handoff on the exchange there. And I don't know if Wells handed it off a little high or what, but it bounced right off his chest and right into Bailey McIntosh's hands. All right, Shropshire, shotgun formation, looks to his left, and he's got a man short, but unable to hold on to it, and that is Dan, Trent and Dan. So an incomplete pass, and curious once again, Haley, what should they be doing?
The ball.
Running the ball. Run the ball. Both teams have had success running it, and they seem like they want to try to trick them and pass it. And this time Shropshire will hold on to it. And Shropshire, look at the quarterback go, is going to pick up about 8 yards on that one. And nice little quarterback zone read there, and faked it to Fisher. Held on to it, and it's going to pick up 8 yards on the play. And looking at our Squirtle app here, Fort Gibson is 27, Valsall 14. And Fisher straight up the gut. Fisher's going to pick up about 6 yards. That's one thing. Be sure to check out Squirtle. That's one of our partners. And you can see our Bravado advertisement on the Squirtle app and also on OK Preps. And don't forget on OK Preps to get with the coaches and nominate your favorite player. We're giving away $5,000 in scholarship money in February. And a pass out to Dan. Man, Dan is the man tonight. And they're saying a fumble, and they're saying Idabel recovered. So just as we give Dan props, he fumbles the ball. And sure enough, he turned upfield and made a football move, and it will be called a fumble. But as I was saying, Haley, if you go to okpreps.com, the Bravado Wireless is sponsoring two $2,500 scholarships for a male or female athlete, or boy or girl, however you want to say it. Female athlete, and we will write a check to a school of their choice. And now it looks like they're going to call it an incomplete pass. Is that what you see? Yeah. Yeah. Just say yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it's looking like.
That's what it looks like. It looks like they're going to call it an incomplete pass. If Idabel had a red flag and it was college, they would probably challenge this because I think he made about 2 steps. If you'll watch it right here on replay, if you watch it, he's going to catch it right here. And he makes 2 steps. That, my friend, that's a fumble. That is a fumble. And that was a correct call on the field. So it will now be 4th and 3. And a delay of game call will be called on Checotah. And so the trailers tell me they got robbed. And Idabel, it should have been a fumble. No doubt about it. But the officials do not get to go to replay. Oh, they're going to wave the flag off. I guess the 25-second clock didn't get reset in time. The Idabel faithful here are not happy. And a 4th and 3 now for Checotah. They're in Idabel territory. Ball's on the 25. And Shropshire's going to keep it, and I don't think Shropshire got it. No, Shropshire's going to be about a yard short. And let's wait and see. They're going to talk about it again. And they didn't get it, so Idabel gets out of it. No harm, no foul on the bad call. So we're joined up here by the district manager for the area down here, Bree. Bree, you want to jump on the headset here? Bree says definitely not. So, folks, you can always, I tell you what, we've got some of the nicest ladies down here working in our stores. And go in and visit them and let them fix you up with a new phone and a new phone plan. It'll be any carrier, anytime. And these girls will not lie to you. They will tell you straight up. All right, 2 wide receivers, top and bottom. Wells takes a snap, and he will keep it and get swallowed up in the backfield. He's going to have about a 1-yard loss. And Haley, it really seems like it really seems like they're keen on Wells a lot more than they were in the second half. I mean, the first half. Wells takes a snap. He's going to look and throw. He scrambles now, looking for someone to get open. He's directing his wide receivers. Wide receiver falls down. Oh, my goodness, it's going to be intercepted by Howard. And a block in the back, and no matter what happens, that will come down. Howard might as well just fall down. But nonetheless, a turnover. Wide receiver falls down, and a great interception by Howard, and a block in the back is going to be thrown on the 35. And so that will back him up, but a turnover. We have a man down, a Checotah man down at the 15. Let's see if we can get a, Haley, can you see who that is down there? And it looks like it may be Trent. Let's hope it's just Trent. See, one thing Dante Reese down there, if you can see him, well, he just put his helmet on, so I was going to make a fun little joke there. But, so an interception by Wells, by Rico Howard, plucks that one out of the air as the wide receiver fell down as Wells was throwing the ball. And again, that soft field is what's kind of doing it. We talked about it at halftime.
First down, Checotah.
All right, folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back in 30 seconds.
There is truly no place like home. Right here in Eastern Oklahoma, Bravado Wireless provides the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month. We believe in strong, connected communities. That's why we live stream community events like local football games. You may not know us by name, but we'll be at the same festivals and cheering for our kids on the same sidelines.
A little bit of feedback.
Visit BravadoWireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
All right, we're back to Idabel, Oklahoma, and we pulled in the ringer here. We went to the bench and pulled in Bree. Bree is now standing in for Haley. Haley got vapor locked.
Hey guys.
So we have Bree up here. Bree's going to do a little color commentary. She says she likes to talk a lot. So big talker. All right, here we go. Checotah has the ball on their own 20-yard line. 3 wide receivers on the bottom. Shropshire, your quarterback. Fisher beside him. Fisher, Shropshire will call his own number and sweep to the left, and no go there. And who we've been calling all night long is these 2 guys right here, right there on that tackle, Bree. Reed. There you go. Yep. All right, so 3 wide receivers, same set, but we have a different running back now. That is number 33, Luke Paulette. And, that is the end of our third quarter. Holy cow, where did that go? Into the third quarter, and the Checotah Wildcats are up on the hometown Idabel Warriors, 14-7. So, Bree, how's everything been going downstairs?
Going good.
What's good?
Down.
Yes. We always like coming down to Idabel. I was telling Haley earlier, we don't get to come down as much as we'd like to, but always a nice place to visit and come down. And, lot more family than in the past, right? That's right. We enjoy coming down here. We enjoy communicating, and we love our fans down here in the Idabel Valley area. But what do you think about the new iPhone Max X one?
Pretty awesome.
Right? You're waiting on your phone, you're waiting on your coat, and you're waiting on your school, right?
And don't forget that.
We're going to have to fix these girls up down south. They do it. All right, Shropshire looks to his right, fires, and in the dirt. So I don't know who you're talking to. Who they connect with Dan. I'm sorry, what were you saying? I tell you what, Haley and I were talking about, actually I was talking and Haley said a few words, but how it's so cool that the cheerleaders down here for Idabel, they're all wearing their rain boots and muck boots.
They are. They look really cute.
They do look cute. I think that's a fantastic fashion statement. 3rd and 11. Shropshire looks to throw and nearly intercepted at the 45, and by a leaping Laquan Wells, and he does a couple push-ups for missing that interception. But Shropshire let it fly there. And he was under pressure by none other than Dante Reese, big man Reese. So this brings up 4th and 11. Punt team has not come out, but I would expect a quick kick on this one. Wells is playing center field back there. He steps up a little bit because he has to cover a wide receiver, and that's what happens. A quick kick, and it will bounce and dribble down to the 41-yard line. So a nice defensive stand there for Idabel. Now, Bree, are you from Idabel? Or?
I'm not. I'm down. Spend a lot of time.
Okay. So you're from Valiant. So you're a Valiant Bulldog? See, I like the Valiant Bulldogs because they're orange. I love them. Yeah.
Not big.
I like them orange.
If they were pink,
Right? Well, maybe that's something we didn't call the pink bulldog. Bulldog. All right. We'll work on that. That might be a marketing scheme we can come up with. So October is Pink Breast Cancer Awareness, right? And for my boys' football game tomorrow, I wear my pink wristband. Wells takes the snap, off way back. He's going to try to set up the screen. He does, but they're going to have offensive linemen way downfield. And so that's a curious. I don't really know. I'm going to say it should have been a penalty for offensive lineman downfield because they did throw the ball. But I guess because he threw it away. But anyway, yes, my mom was a breast cancer survivor. And so we are big on we got our ball club all breast cancer awareness talk a couple years ago. Wells calls the snap and will fake it to block. Those snaps to the side to Cooper. Cooper's down on the right sideline and will pick up. Looks like he has enough for the first down, and he will. He'll pick up 11. So a quick little throw out to Cooper. And Cooper down the sideline picks up 11. Brings it, should be. Well, all right, they didn't like where I called it, so they back it up. Now it's 3rd and 1. I gave him a first down for reason. They didn't back him up. All right, looks like jet sweep. Nope. Wells is going to keep it and makes 1, 2, 3 miss. They will dive for about a 4-yard gain. Nice move, nifty footwork by Wells. So we'll call it a 4-yard gain, but that'll be a first down. 11 minutes and 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So we have a close game. Finally got a close game this year. Every game we go to is a blowout. 4 wide receivers, 2 top, 2 bottom. Man in motion is Cooper, and he's going to hand it to King. And King is going to be swallowed up by Haley's buddy, number 21.
Colin Roberts.
Colin Roberts. We call Colin Roberts' name a lot tonight, and that's about the only thing I've got Haley to say all night long is Colin Roberts.
Hey, that's something.
That's. She said it's a little bit harder than what she thought it would be. All right, we're going to flip formation here. Man in motion is King. King sets up. Wells is going to throw. He's got a little pressure. Throws it deep.
Be good.
And, oh, wow, nearly a fantastic catch. And they're going to throw a flag from nearly 40 yards away. I don't really agree with that one. We'll watch the replay and we'll see. And I couldn't get enough of it to see if it was pass interference. The official on top of it said no, but the official 40 yards away threw a flag, and he nearly threw the flag 40 yards in the air. No, they're not happy at all. They're giving this official a piece of his mind. But we have a flag over here on the 50 also. No, that's not passing. I have to disagree. I'm watching the replay. So they waved the flag off, and that's curious. So since you've been up here, Bree, they've waved 2 flags off. So what did you do to the official?
Maybe I'm good luck.
You're good luck for Checotah, I believe. Bad luck for Idabel.
Just before Idabel, not again.
And illegal procedure. They had too many men moving at the same time, and can't do that. So Idabel looks a little discombobulated now, and that's an official football discombobulation. Yeah. Actually, I think it might actually be official bravado term.
Maybe I should have. That's my kind of language.
Discombobulated.
That's words I use.
Right? So we're, our headset just sound like a jet engine took off. I don't know if y'all cranked it up down there, but turn it back down. Wells looks to throw, looking deep, has a man open, and fantastic catch by Corbin Cooper. I tell you what, Cooper has some amazing hands, and Cooper pulls it in at the 40. So Cooper basically pulls in almost a 15-yard catch. And this will bring up a third. It should be 4th down, if I'm not. Okay, maybe 3rd. Okay, 3rd down and 4. So a 3rd and very manageable. 3rd and 4. Wells takes a snap, looks back to pass. He's going to have pressure, rolls to his, and the throw was short, but he had the big man, Tyler Whitlock, in his face the whole time. But I'm sure I'd unload it too if I had 360 pounds coming towards me.
True enough.
Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Fair enough. All right.
Unless you're quick like me.
Right. Well, if you're quick like
Bob and weave.
Bob and weave, that's what they call Bree down here is Bob and weave. All right, 4th and 4. Idabel's going to go for it. 5 wide receiver. King in motion. Going to fake it to King. And Wells loses the ball. And Checotah comes up with it. And again, they look kind of out of sorts and discombobulated there. As you watch, Wells is trying to hand off to a King on a sweep. And, yeah, he just lost it. Just flat lost the ball. Wow. So a turnover at midfield at the 41-yard line. Checotah will now have the ball 1st and 10. Score is 14-7 in favor of the Checotah Wildcats. Fisher back in at tailback. 3 wide receivers, 2 on top. Shropshire's going to hand off to Fisher. Fisher to the right, follows his lineman's going to try to cut back up the middle, and he's got about 7 yards. And so about a 7-yard gain on that one. So, Bree, what have you thought so far? Pretty good game?
Yep, it's been pretty close. I'm kind of surprised at the Idabel fans.
Right?
They're pretty energetic.
Right. I'm happy. That's what you want to see. Man in motion. It's Barrett. Going to hand off to Fisher. Straight to the middle. Fisher's got a hole, and he will pick up the first down. Pick up about 7 yards on that one. Really kind of hazy and foggy here. Turn the light back on.
Good.
All right. So first and down, midfield, first and 10, excuse me, and Shropshire calls his own number. A flag comes out, and more than likely will be holding on this one. So I was going to say, everybody, everyone looks really nice in our little Bravado football shirts we have.
I know, I've had a lot of people asking for this.
Yeah, looking pretty sharp. Well, we went into the Idabel store today to harass the girls and move some shelving around for them, and they were sporting their new Bravado Wireless football shirts.
Right, Football Fridays.
Football Fridays, and they were designed none other than by our Mike Cambiano and our marketing and media team. I think he did a fantastic job on them.
They look great.
First and 20 now, and we'll hand off. Nope, he will keep it. Shropshire's got a big hole and will pick up what he lost and a few more. So pick up 12 yards on that first and 20. Well, that'll make it a 2nd and 8. And nice run by Shropshire. Maybe next year we need to work on some maybe some breast cancer awareness football shirts for October.
Yeah, I think
Pretty
that'd be
nice.
awesome.
I think that would be fantastic.
We can work with a team, maybe get them to wear some pink socks.
Yep, most definitely. And throws it out and was caught by Barrett. So about a 6-yard gain will close the gap to 3rd and a long 1. I think that would be fantastic. Have a like whatever game we're sponsoring, have a pink out, give them some pink towels, pink socks. That'd be some pink stuff, yeah.
That'd be my style.
Yep.
Like this, you can all take
Right. Shropshire's going to keep it and close to the first down. They may or may not mark, give him yardage. We'll see on that. So yeah, we'll when we come time for that, we'll let Bree handle gathering up all the what we can do for pink. And there we go. So the Wildcats will pick up a first down. So 1st and 10 once again. That rhymes. You notice that?
I did.
Yeah, I've been around cheerleaders a lot. 1st and 10 once again.
Your turn to rap.
I'll leave that to Mike and John. They're our musicians.
Oh,
Yeah. They're the talented bunch. 1st and 10 on the 30, almost the 35. Jet sweep, hands off to Barrett. Barrett looking for a hole. Nice cutback and pink flag on the field. So probably going to be a holding call. I didn't see where it was, but the official was standing right there. So that'll back Checotah up 10 yards. Now, Bree, when you went to high school, did you play basketball or cheerleader or
I played basketball.
play basketball, right?
Almost went WNBA, but
Almost went WNBA.
almost.
All right.
I was almost there.
Oh, like Washington County Basketball Association?
Yeah.
Or, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Were you the enforcer? Were you the one who got in fights a lot and stuff?
Dang, you know me well. You can read me like a book.
I called that one, didn't I?
That's right.
Yeah.
I told him I wanted to be cheerleader
Yeah.
for Idabel.
All right. Well, see, you get a little boy. He's 2 years old, right?
Right?
So is he
Almost 2.
almost 2? So when he starts playing, is he going to have his Bronx mentality?
Probably. We're pretty aggressive.
Right.
Pretty competitive. I don't know, I may be crying on the sidelines.
Yeah. I heard you're a very good outdoorsman. I heard you're a pretty good hunter.
That's right.
Yeah.
Killed a big buck.
Yep.
4 years ago.
Dad Austin was telling me, the athletic director here at Idabel was telling me about that earlier. We visited.
He was bragging on me. I told him thank you.
Yep, he was bragging. All right, hands off to Fisher. Fisher's got some room to run. Bounces to the right side, back inside, and finally is going to be drugged down at the 20. And drugged down by number 7. Chance Frost. Now, he's not on my starting lineup. So drugged down by Chance Frost. So a nice camper by Fisher off the right side kind of caught me off guard because I didn't expect him to do. I expected him to be passing. So with 6:11 to go and up 14-7, it's the Idabel Warriors that will take a timeout. They want to talk about this defensively and make some adjustments. So, Bree, tell us about some exciting deals that's going on at our stores around here.
Well, the iPhone XS Max and XS, we just got those in. We don't have any deals on them right now. But we do have free activation this month. You're really going to need to check back in November and December because I think we'll have some great deals.
I've seen some of the advertisement for November, and it's pretty amazing. We had some great deals last year, and this year I think it's going to be even better.
Now, we usually have something real big on Black Friday, so everyone needs to make sure they check us out.
I think it's going to be fun to see, because every year we keep outdoing ourselves. And last year we did a great job. And with, the cheerleaders on the other side.
Oh, they're like little.
Oh, and they have pink ribbons.
They do.
Yeah, very nice. Very spirited. But, yeah, last year we had some amazing deals, and this year I've seen some advertisements. We haven't released it, obviously, but we have some good deals coming down the pike. And what's really awesome is we continue to grow. And
Yes.
It's awesome because when you have to continue to come up and get more product, that's a good problem to have.
That is. In fact, I'll be coming up Monday.
All right, well, we'll see you
A
Monday.
long drive for me.
We should have brought it down to you, huh?
I know, right?
All right, we are back after the timeout. Shropshire will keep it, go up the middle, and he's got a line of blockers, a stiff arm, and wow, just like that, Shropshire runs in, and he followed the big number 65. That was Whitlock, and if you'll watch him, he just followed Whitlock straight up the hole. They will go for 2, and Shropshire will turn and pitch it, and just out of the reach of, it looks like that was Colin Roberts. I can't see, we're kind of bottled up over here in this corner, but that will push the Checotah Wildcats up 20-7, and up 20-7. With a 6:04 to go in the fourth quarter, and kind of a predicament here for Idabel because they ran the ball really well in the first half, and then they kind of started throwing the ball, and then they kind of started trying to throw the ball here in the second half, and I'm curious why they got away from their running game there. You have any answers for us, Bree?
I don't. Maybe I can run down as the coach. Maybe he'll let me step in.
Maybe let you call some plays.
Maybe. I mean, it may not be a good idea, but I mean, I could try.
Why not? Why not? I guess you could be like, we're sponsoring this game. You could be kind of like Boone Pickens at OSU and call down and tell Mike Gundy to change the play. You didn't like that play. So Cade Shropshire, 21-yard run, and he's had a very good game tonight. Again, you know, that's something that Haley and I talked about in the pregame is Shropshire, the quarterback for Checotah, he's a 4-year starter and senior leadership. So he's, you know, yeah, so he kind of knows how to lead the team. So I think he's done a very good job. Pooch kick once again, and nearly let it get recovered by Checotah. So a game we were wanting to keep an eye on is the Seminole and Stigler game, and we're going to pull it up on Sportle here. And we will see it is 21-14 Seminole in the third quarter. So as we talked about, and this is something you can use going back into the stores, is this is the toughest district, I think, in the whole state, with 3A3 districts with Idabel and Checotah. It's tough.
Right.
Wells on the loose, and he's going to run down the left side with a first down. So he will pick up 11, 12 yards on the scramble. And we've got a man down in the backfield. You can watch the replay and watch Wells scramble, and did a good job getting upfield. Let's see if we can see who it is. And he's in some pain down there. Bree, can you make out who that is?
Ooh, I can't. Maybe. I don't have good eyes, and I don't have my glasses on.
Number 13, Andrew Arden, outside linebacker for the Checotah Wildcats. And that doesn't look good. They're checking around his collarbone area. Everyone takes a knee, and they're going to check him out. Hopefully they can get him up on his feet. He's in some pain. Tell about when he starts wiggling those legs.
Ouch. It's going to make me not let my baby play.
Right? Yeah. Get a few years before you really have to start sweating those bullets.
I know, right?
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back in just a minute to Idabel, Oklahoma.
There is truly no place like home. Right here in Eastern Oklahoma, Bravado
Watch, you're
Wireless
gonna get
provides the best
that.
unlimited talk,
Take your
text,
pants
and
off.
data for only $40 a month.
gonna be
We
catching
believe in
markets.
strong, connected communities. That's why we live stream community events like local football games. You may not know us by name, but we'll be at the same
we don't really
festivals
have
and
anything
cheering
right
for our
now.
kids on the same sidelines. Because
Oh,
we
do we
live
really?
where you live. Visit BravadoWireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our
Before we
family.
blow out, so.
Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Okay, so what was it? So what specials do we have going on, Bree?
We actually have the buy one, get one free iPhone 8.
Right?
And then we also have an inventory blowout. It includes a lot of phones.
Really? What about like accessories and stuff?
We have some accessories that are 50% off right now, some really good things. We have like a little Polaroid camera. It
Yeah.
puts out the photos right then. Really good Christmas gifts.
Yeah? Now, you start thinking about that, right? Christmas is just around the corner.
That is
You know,
true.
what I think is something we have that's just really, really cool is our those OU and OSU football helmets,
Yes.
Bluetooth speakers.
Yes. Those
Very,
are,
very cool. Very cool.
those are pretty awesome. And they're actually pretty loud.
And they're what?
They're pretty loud.
Oh, they are pretty loud. Yeah, and so I like some of the the cameras. Like I saw in the Idabel store that it's a light, but it's a camera underneath it that goes on your porch.
Oh, yeah. The outdoor lights.
Yes, I like that. And there's even a thing that you can put on the front of your car that tells you when you're too close.
Yes. I probably need that.
All right, Wells drops back to pass. He's got all kinds of pressure, throws it
Oh.
deep, and
Oh.
wide receiver got turned around and couldn't get it and nearly picked off. And that was nearly picked off by Howard, I believe. Wow, what a great defensive effort. But if Cooper doesn't spin himself around, he probably makes that big catch right there. You can see him kind of walking. He's a little dejected with himself. So 5:44, 2nd and 10, and Idabel's ran the ball so well, and now they started throwing it. I think they've kind of got out of their game plan. Wells scrambles to his right. He's got a man open and short arms it, and he had that number 3 we don't have on our roster. Yeah, we don't have him on there. I don't know who he is. He got hurt earlier, and so Wells still in at quarterback, 3rd and 10, and rolls out to his right. He's under pressure, chunks it, and he has Cooper. Cooper will pick up 15-yard gain. You know, but it's been there every time, but it's been the pressure. It's either been the pressure that's caused him to throw it too quickly, or the ball, you know, he just couldn't get it downfield. And Wells is going to throw once again. Throws it deep. He's got a man, and it's Cooper once again, and Cooper makes a big catch. And that was a big-time catch right there.
That was.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
I mean, he acted like he'd been there before. That was a great catch by Corbin Cooper.
And he's a junior, so they'll have him next year, too.
So they have him back next year, right? All right, Wells is going to run this time, and he's trying to get away and couldn't get away from Fisher. Now, that's Dontre Fisher, and he's just a freshman. That's what's pretty impressive with him, because he's also the running back for Checotah, but he is a freshman, and he's made some very big plays on defense. Some substitutions coming in for Checotah. Pistol formation. Wells takes the snap, looks, and he's got a man, in and out of his hands, and that was Corbin. I don't think Corbin expected that one.
No, he did look a little off guard there.
Yeah, I think the route was designed to go to someone else, or the play was designed to go to someone else. So 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line. And Wells is going to roll to his right, throw short, and he's got King, and King will pick up about 4 yards. Now you can get up here and see. It's all right. It's all right. So a timeout here, and the ball's placed on, looks like the 8-yard line. So it would be 4th and goal from the 8. No, now it's on it's on the 7. So the 7-yard line, 4 minutes, 41 seconds. And it's really imperative, you know, I don't think a field goal does you any good. You have to go for the touchdown.
Great.
You're down by 13 points. I mean, I think you have to roll the dice, and you have to go for the end zone in this one.
Yep, I would agree. We don't have enough time.
Not enough time. If it was early in the 4th quarter, probably kick a field goal and cut it to 10. But at this point, yeah, you've got to go for the touchdown and try to make the big numbers here.
For the goal.
Go for the goal. So pretty much the same formation they ran all night. 2 wide receivers, 2 top, 2 bottom. Keep an eye on Corbin in the slot down here on the bottom. Wells takes the snap. Blitz is coming, and I called it.
Touchdown.
I called it. I said keep an eye on Corbin Cooper, and Cooper right here will run a slant to the inside, and he is wide open. They blitz both linebackers, and that's one thing that we talked about in pregame. I know you weren't up here, but Haley and I talked about it, is Checotah likes to blitz. And so they brought the blitz on that one. And just like that, if the kick is made here, it's now a 6-point ball game. And it's blocked. So a 7-point ball game with 4 minutes and 37 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter, and we have a game. So, and so we've got our, we've been asking for a close game all year long.
We got it.
And we finally got it, right? Maybe you two ladies are a good luck charm.
Gee,
What are y'all doing next Thursday and Friday?
working. That's all I do.
Come up and work the game for us.
Where's the game at?
We have one at Checotah on Thursday. And then Friday we have one at Killdale.
It's a long ways for us.
Yep. So, yeah, I guess what we need to do, if you're going to be our golden ticket for close games, we'll put you up in our condo up there, and
There you go.
yeah. Give you the key to the office, and you can go pilfer and fill up your bag with goodies.
Yeah, like jacket.
Yeah, go
shirt.
that'd be like you're going trick or treating right there, right?
I know, right? That's a good idea. I don't know. It's usually colder up there. It's kind of a weenie.
I tell you what, it cooled down here, didn't it?
It sure did. It's cold, but it's like humid. It's weird.
That's the thing, is it's just like really foggy. It's just, you walk outside and, yeah. I tell you what, if you have asthma issues, this will be horrible.
I see a lot of people without coats on, short sleeves.
I saw a lot of people with shorts earlier. I thought they were nuts.
Nuts are tough.
I don't know. All right, and if you're Idabel, do you onside it here or do you kick it away? And they onside it. A fair catch is called.
Whoa!
Oh, wow. How are they going to call this? He called a fair catch and got ran into. So how are they going to call this one? I don't know. Boy, I don't know what the call is, because I think Idabel actually touched the ball first. Can we run the replay again? Because if Idabel touches the ball first without touching Checotah, it's their ball. It's got to go 10 yards.
See?
So the instant replay is right here. Here's the 10-yard right here. If it goes 10 yards,
Boom. I don't know.
it's Idabel's ball. So you see the coach out there, Coach Gibson's out there talking to him. And they're going to give the ball Checotah, it looks like. They're discussing it. Bree, I really don't know. I don't know.
We need to hear what they're saying.
We need a mic. We do need to mic up the coach, don't we?
We do. A lot of booing fans, not happy.
A lot of booing fans. And what they're upset about is the ball went 10 yards, and Checotah called for a fair catch. And I think the Idabel player, and golly, I didn't even get the number. Who was it? I think he actually grabbed the ball before it got to the Checotah player. So we'll see. Going to hand. Nope. Shropshire's going to keep it, and it's going to get swallowed up by the big man, Dante Reese. Man, Dante Reese has played a heck of a defensive game right here. Wow. How'd you like to be on the bottom of that one?
Nope.
No thank you and twice on Sunday. That brings up 2nd and 12, so 2-yard loss. 4 minutes to go, so Idabel, they're still in it. They just need to have a stand right here. And they're filling the box. Hands off to Fisher. Fisher's got a little bit of hole. Fisher's going to pick up 7 yards on the carry. And, yeah. So this brings up a 3rd and 3. And if Checotah, do you keep it on the ground and run it, or do you try to throw it?
Run it.
Run it. Keep the clock moving. And that's what we'll do. They'll hand off to Fisher. Fisher tries to bounce to the left, and he's close to the first down, and I think he does have it. So good call there by Bree up here. That she said run it. They do keep the clock running and move the sticks.
See, I could have went down and gave some coaching tips.
Right. So another first down. So potentially they could run basically a minute and a half off the clock just between plays here. And they're having problems with the clock. The game clock. They reset the play clock, but then when they reset the play clock, they didn't add the time back to the game clock. So the game clock should probably be around 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So I tell you what, I would not want to be these officials.
Me neither.
Because when this game's over, someone's going to be after them.
That's true.
Right.
Probably all these fans standing up down there.
If Idabel doesn't pull this win out, they're going to need a sheriff's escort out of town.
Yes, they look like they have some spirited fans down there.
Very, very good word, spirited, yes.
We better stay up here until it clears out.
I've got equipment to break down, so yeah. At least, I tell you what, you should have been with us last week when we were at the Talapo game because it's played at Northeastern State. And have you ever been to Northeastern Stadium? Well, it's it's like a 10-minute walk just to get to the press box.
Oh, gosh.
It's almost straight up. And then once you get to the press box, you have to go up 2 flights of stairs to get to your room. And so, yeah, it's a very, very long run or walk up there. So.
I was out of breath just climbing these stairs.
Oh, goodness. We got to get you on a we need to put your treadmill in one of the stores there for you.
I need that.
Don't we all, right? And then we got holidays coming up. What do we do?
I know. I'm like, I can't start anything this for holidays.
Exactly. Yep. All right, so a 1st and 10 for the Wildcats after the clock gets reset. And it's going to be a sweep to the right by Shropshire. And flag comes in. Will more likely be a holding call. We'll back them up. And yeah, just a flat quarterback sweep. And they're going to get holding. They're going to get holding on Collins. 21 Collins playing tight end. Going to get the holding call. Back them up. So that will bring him up a 2nd and 20. A 1st and 20, sorry. Going to hand off to Fisher, straight up the middle. Fisher bounces to the left, and it's going to be wrapped up and brought down by Reese and
Looks like Reese and, was it Al or Nelson?
let me I believe it was Nelson. I think 23 is who it was. Yeah, 23 right down here playing corner.
I told you I have bad eyes.
You're too young to have bad eyes.
No. I'm only 60. I know I only look 20.
Yeah, that's a good call, right?
The face cream.
Uh-huh. All right. All right.
Ooh.
And a fake to the Fisher, and Shropshire pulls it down. So we'll see what that flag is. It's going to be holding on Collins. Once again, they're going to call Collins for holding. So that's going to back him up to second and forever. So second and 30. I don't even drive that far to work.
Does this band music make you want to dance?
Maybe.
It makes me want to dance.
Okay.
You don't have to lie. It's okay.
Okay. That's okay. And I don't think anybody wants me moving and shaking up here in this press box. And Idabel will decline it. So that will make it 3rd and 20. Third and 18 to be exact. 3rd and 18, 1 minute 49 seconds left on the clock. And Idabel desperately needs a stop right here. So if you're Checotah, do you keep the ball on the ground or do you throw it?
Yeah, they're doing pretty good with keeping it on the ground.
Keep it on the ground, keep the clock moving. Timeout. And Checotah's going to want to talk about it. You know, I was pretty impressed with Idabel's band at halftime. They sounded really nice.
Oh, I know. The fans downstairs were telling me that they're actually going to state tomorrow.
Really?
They won an award yesterday in McAllister. I can't remember the name of it, but it was some big award. And then tomorrow they're going to state, so they're all pretty excited.
Fantastic. You know, usually small schools like this, their bands aren't really that good.
Right?
And so I was very impressed with them when they played at halftime. And they not only sounded good, they were strong. Like, I mean, they projected the sound a lot.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I was pretty impressed.
were you able to see the Michael Jackson Thriller dance by the dance team?
I did. I watched it on our TV downstairs.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You have the TV down there.
I was dancing a little bit.
Oh, goodness gracious. Maybe that's what we need to do. We need to get all the girls at the store and y'all do a Thriller dance.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Hey, I'm down.
Are you? All right.
I don't have good dance moves, but that's okay.
Hey, as long as you have fun, it doesn't matter.
That's right.
All right, back to action. 3rd and 18. Shropshire takes the snap. It's going to hand it off to Fisher. Fisher's got some room on the right. Spins back to the middle. So he will pick up 8 yards. And this will bring up 4th down. And I would expect a timeout by Idabel. And he does call a timeout. So with 1:33, that will bring up a 4th and 12. 4th and 11, waiting for the yard marker or the line marker.
12.
And here is here's the controversy right here, Bree. And we'll get your judgment because here's the 10 yards right here, the 50-yard line, and
I think that should have been Idabel.
I think it's Idabel's ball. I mean, I really do. You know, we love both our schools here, and but I think, I mean, you watch it at home and make your own judgment call, but I think it should be Idabel's ball right there.
Yeah, I do think that. I could see how it'd be hard to call out there.
Well, what I don't like is the officials changing their mind.
Right, yeah.
It's make a call and stick to it.
That's true.
And what, that's happened 3 times tonight?
Yes.
3 times they made a call and they've changed their minds on it.
I would say at least 3. I was thinking 4, so maybe it's 3.
And it might be 4. All right, I would expect a quick kick here and try to pin him deep, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to quick kick it. Oh, it comes off the side of his foot. Horrible kick. And didn't work out like they wanted. Ideally, it should have been down there by the 20, but he only got it about the 35. So we'll see where they spot it. Yeah, see, they had that. I'm not sure if, the fair catch rule comes into effect. If the ball is eligible to be, I don't know. I just don't know enough on that rule. So Idabel will have the ball at the 35, first and 10 with a minute 27 to go. And Wells takes a snap. He's going to look to his right, looks back to his left, looks deep, and he's got a wide receiver.
It's good. It's good.
And it's King. King has it. He's on the run. It's going to be pushed out of bounds.
Oh.
Bulldogged out of bounds at the 23-yard line, 27-yard line. And King, a big catch from Wells. Missed tackle over the middle. And I believe that was Shropshire that missed the tackle. It was Shropshire. So a minute 15, and they're in business on Checotah's 27-yard line. Wells takes a snap, looking downfield. Once
There
again.
he goes again.
And that is at King once again. Wells to King. And now we have Bree excited up here. So I'll get you closer up here to the.
My country voice came out a little bit right there.
That's
Again.
That's all right. That's all right. So, all right. So Wells has connected with King twice. 5 wide receivers, under a minute to go. Clock is ticking. Wells throws it out. Oh, my goodness, nearly picked off. I tell you what, Corbin Cooper made a great defensive move because Howard for Checotah was going to pick that pass off. Watch it here on the replay. It looks like the ball slipped out of Wells' hand when he throws it. Oh, we couldn't get there in time because we got the play setting up right here. So pistol formation, 4 wide receiver. Wells looks. He's rolling to his right.
He's taking it. He's going for it.
Oh.
Woo!
He will.
It's good.
And Bree calls it right here. Wells rolls to his right. And Laquan Wells trots into the end zone. And now an extra point. A PAT ties it. And 2 wins it. Well, we'll put them ahead. What do? Do you kick it or you go for the win? You go for the tie or the win?
I don't know. I think I'd go for the win. Go big or go home.
Go bold, right?
Yeah, go bold. That's
Go
right.
bold.
Real bravado style.
So a kick will tie it, and let's see if he gets it up, and it is good.
It is good.
So it's 20-20. 20-20, 52 seconds to go. Wow. And that's just amazing.
That is pretty awesome. It's a good game.
Very good game. And maybe you two maybe we need to ship you up there next week so we can have a good game.
There you
So
go.
Laquan Wells, quarterback, and 2 big throws to King, gets him down there. A big run by King. King gets out of the tackle by Shropshire and able to make a big run after the catch. And then Wells rolls out to his right. The lane opens up, and he trots right in there for a touchdown.
Pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome. Good game
He
here.
went bold right there.
He did. He went bravado bold. And Brian Shows, our co-announcer that's normally with us, is going to be so upset that we have a game that comes down to the final minute right here. We could have an overtime game. This will be the first ever overtime game for Bravado Wireless. And so I just texted Brian and told him the score, and he sends me a dirty word back. He's not real happy. He's sitting at home. So this is what he sends back.
Oh.
So he's back at the house.
Oops, sorry, guys.
And a kickoff, a squib kick.
Oh!
Oh my goodness! And does Idabel have it? Bounces right off the face of one of the up men.
Who has it?
And we're trying to see who has it. Oh my goodness. Checotah has the ball I do not know. And who is that? That is 28. That's Tyler Barlow. How Barlow came out of the bottom of the pile with that is anybody's guess. That replay is going to be fantastic. I tell you what, I'm tired.
I know. Right?
This game's wearing me out. This is exhausting. Watch this. Bounces off the helmet. Oh, goodness gracious. This is going to be, this is exhausting.
There's a lot of heart on that field right now.
Yeah, that's a great call right there. A lot of heart being played out there. You know, both these teams, this is such an important game for just the district standings. So 48 seconds left, and Checotah needs to go 50-something yards, 40-something yards to get in. An incomplete pass thrown to Howard. And it's probably a good thing Howard dropped that because he was going to get hammered. So 2nd and 10, the ball is spotted at the 43-yard line. So they really need to get to the other 20. So they need to go 40 yards to get in field goal range. And Shropshire will hand it off to Fisher, and Fisher will pick up about 4 yards, and they may be playing for overtime here.
I have a good feeling they will be.
Yes. Or it'll be 3rd and 6, and Checotah will more than likely just try to have the last play here. Oh, and they got a man open. And it's Barrett. Barrett up the middle. He's still fighting, and they're going to call him down at the 35-yard line with 8 seconds. So Checotah will take a timeout. They're at the 38. Obviously, the 34, 33. They're at the 33-yard line. So it's out of field goal range. And so now 8 seconds. You're out of timeouts. Are you out of timeouts? They have one timeout left. Nope, they have one timeout left. Checotah does. I know if you're playing on the PlayStation, you hit a slant and call a timeout, but I don't think that's quick enough in high school football to do that. So you have to go for the end zone. And you have to remember Trent and Dan has two touchdown receptions tonight. And that young man's a freshman as well.
A lot of good players carrying over.
Both these squads should be really good next year.
Right, yeah. Maybe another close game next year.
Very possible. So 8 seconds to go. The score is 20-20, and the ball is on the 34-yard line. So Shropshire has to get the ball downfield or out of bounds very quickly. And he does that. Oh my goodness. And he throws an interception, and they're trying to drag him down. And they may return this. No, they say he stepped out of bounds at the 50. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. Oh, what some heads up thinking right there. Picked it off and then handed it off to get downfield and handed it off to block. And we go to overtime. Holy camole. Are you kidding me? Well, Bree, I thought he was going to the house.
I did too. I can't see that other side very well.
Yeah, that was nearly a pick six with no time left, but wow, that was incredible. That was incredible. Whew. Bree, since you got up here, I'm exhausted.
I know. I brought brought some excitement.
Yeah, you did. That's awesome. We are, I tell you what, while we're getting everything lined out here, we're going to check some scores real quick on Squirtle. And let's see here. Stigler is up on Seminole with a minute left, 22-21. That would be a huge upset right there.
Yes, that would go home crying. I would.
High school overtime rules. Each team gets the ball from the, I believe it's like college. Golly, I hadn't been in a high school overtime in so long. I don't know if it's from the 20 or from the 15. I don't remember. We should interview a fan.
We should.
Maybe we can grab a fan afterwards, right?
That'd be awesome.
All right, so we'll see. I got to brush up on my oh, Bree's going to Google it for us real quick. I tell you what, I'm glad we stuck around and did this game. I know it's going to be delayed broadcast, but all right, each team gets one additional timeout. Each team will have the opportunity to score from the 25-yard line. Whichever team outscores the other in overtime session will be the winner. If it's a second overtime period is needed, a 2-point conversion must be attempted by the team scoring the touchdown instead of an 1 point extra point. So just like college, but they start at the 20, right?
25.
25, right. So basically, yeah, just like college. Wow. What a game.
I know, it's exciting.
You need to come down to the Southeast more often.
That's right. We're a pretty exciting crowd down here.
Yeah, we always have something eventful. Let's see, the last time we were down here doing baseball, our truck broke down on the way back. And we were on the side of the highway for 4 hours and outside of Hugo. We actually ran into Haley at Love's that night. And so yeah. I tell you what, though, yeah, after this game, I'm going to need I might have to, when I get home, take a cold one after this.
Now, are you guys driving back tonight?
We are driving back tonight.
Ooh, you guys won't be home until like 1, 2 in the morning.
Try 3 or 4.
Oh,
'Cause then
you gotta load up.
We have to load up, and then we have to drop off the trailers at our facilities.
Goodness, you guys are acting like you're 17 again.
I tell you what, it's going to wear me out. But my boys have a football game in the morning, so I want to be back for that. Can't miss that. You know how it is. We talked about this the other day about getting back to our kids. It's like big something. All right, overtime. And Wells will hand off to Block. Block's got some room around the left side, and he will score. And just like that, Idabel jumps up. So they're up 26-20 with the impending extra point. And I don't think Checotah expected Block to get the ball.
They're bringing the heart. I told you.
Yeah. And just like that, Block jumps to the left side and scampers. 20-yard run by Block. And Block, a junior, Messiah Block. And
will the kick be good?
bad snap, and woo!
It's good.
I tell you what, he did a fantastic job getting that ball away because that was a bad snap, Bree. Oh, yeah, he put the score on the wrong side. Yeah, well, it's 27-20 Idabel. So Idabel's up 27-20. Yep, there we go, rolling it back. Good eye. So 27-20, and now Checotah gets a chance at the 25-yard line. It should be on the same end of the field.
Yes, should be.
Yeah.
The players are getting the fans riled up.
Yeah, fans are on their feet, and well, it's on the 10-yard line, so we were wrong on both accounts. I said 20, you said 25, and it's on the 10. So we were both wrong.
Google failed us.
Google did fail us. 2 wide receivers up top, a tight end and wide receiver on the bottom. Fisher, the lone running back next to Shropshire. Man in motion is Barrett. And we'll fake the sweep to Barrett, hand off to Fisher. Fisher swallowed up for about a 1-yard gain. And I believe they've caught on to that one, Bree.
Yep.
And I almost think he got tripped up by his own man.
I do see some good sportsmanship.
You know, you're right. I have seen that, both teams helping each other up.
Yes.
That's nice to see in a day and age of a lot of selfishness going on.
That's true.
And Shropshire will keep it straight up the gut and will get down to the 2.
Almost made it.
Almost made it and was drugged down at the, now they're going to mark it at the 3. So a 3rd and goal at the 3. Two wide receivers on the bottom, one on top. Overloaded tight end. No, excuse me, tight end's on the top. And Shropshire loses his footing and will get back to the line of scrimmage. So 4th down, this is all she wrote right here. If they don't get in, this is it. And Shropshire is limping, so the quarterback for the Wildcats has a noticeable limp. They're going to call a timeout and talk about it. And this is a big defensive stand right here, 27-20. Idabel leads. 4th down and 3 yards to go. So 4th down and 9 foot. You can see Coach Gibson coaching them up in the huddle.
I'd like to know what was being said. Next time we'll have to put some headsets down there.
Right? Yeah, he's probably saying know your assignment, know where you're supposed to be.
Don't play around.
Don't play around. Don't try to be a hero. Play your football. Play your gap. Play your assignments. You know, if you're supposed to go here, be there. Don't try to play someone else's spot. And on the other side, Checotah, if you're Coach Hendricks, you're saying, hey, this is what we worked for. We just drove 4 hours down here. And Big 54, Dante Reese, leader of the Idabel defense. He has been a big reason that Idabel has had a 5-game winning streak.
Yes, he's actually a senior, so they won't have him next year.
He'll probably be playing college ball somewhere. 4th and 3.
Probably.
Shropshire barks out signals, takes the snap, going to hand it to Reese. No, he's going to keep it. And did he get in?
Don't think so.
I don't know if he dove there. He got tripped up. He's laying in the end zone. And we have a conference down on the field.
The players are trying to help him out.
So the fans are yelling that his knee's down. He dove. He landed in the end zone, but the question is, was he down before he got into the end zone? And the officials are backing away the players. They're going to talk. This is a big call right here.
Do we have a replay?
See if we can pull it up. We may not. You may want to wait and see what they say. I think he got in. I think he got in.
so much anticipation, waiting on an answer.
I think he got in by the replay. He got in. Yeah. You know, but, you know, keeping it honest and fair, but looking at the replay, he got in. That was one of those Michael Vick plays. So Idabel's going to take a timeout, and remember they have an extra timeout in overtime because they don't want Checotah to try to take this game on a 2-point conversion. If you watch it here, and yeah, he got in. He got in. Wow, heck of a gutsy play by that senior quarterback.
Yeah, it was close, but it was in there. It matters.
Yeah. Hey, we're past your bedtime.
It's so far past my bedtime. Trust me, I'm in bed by like 8:30.
8:30.
okay?
Oh goodness gracious! I'm in there. I'm in there at least 9:30. Yeah. But you get a little one you get to put to bed.
Yeah, he's conked out with his dad.
Yeah.
I've been checking on him.
They sleep on the lazy boy there.
No, they do sleep in the bed, but I get nervous because I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, don't roll on him. You know?
Right.
He's
Yeah.
almost 2, so I think we're kind of past that.
Yeah. I love that age. They can throw up next to you there.
Yeah, he's sweet.
All right. So if you're Checotah, do you go for the win and go for 2, or the extra point and take it to another overtime?
They're going to go for the extra point, I think.
They've gone for 2 twice, and they've got it once. Wow, my heart's beating. I can't imagine what these coaches are feeling
I
like.
know, I'm watching the Idabel coaches there.
Idabel coaches are trying to get someone to shift over,
Yes.
and they call another timeout. Coach Gibson's not happy. And he's even yelling back at his coaches, and he's not happy. He's saying he's wanting that defense to shift over on that swinging gate.
Yes.
And Checotah has the numbers, and I think that's one thing they look at is on the swinging gate, if they have the numbers on the far side, that means if they outnumber if the offense outnumbers the defense, they're going to run a play to go for the 2-point conversion. If the numbers are even, then they won't, and they'll shift back over and they'll kick the ball. So I think what it is, what Coach Gibson's yelling about is on Idabel is they're not shifting over and evening up the numbers over on the Wildcats. So, well, you can see the steam coming off of Coach Gibson there. I tell you what, both these coaches are coaching their butts off tonight.
Yes, for sure. So it looks like they're going to go for it. Maybe.
Oh, they will. Oh, my goodness, and they got it. A Tebow jump pass, and it is good. 2-point conversion is good, and the Checotah Wildcats have just shocked the Idabel Nation right here. Oh, wow. I did not see that coming at all. I mean, especially not that play. Let's watch the replay here. And that snap was almost over his head.
They tricked us all.
Tricked us all and threw it. And did you notice who the center was? The center was the quarterback. That's who caught the pass.
Yeah.
Was the quarterback. Wow, that is incredible. Wow, what a game. Overtime thriller right here. And, oh, my goodness, look at that one. Stigler just knocked off Seminole. So Stigler knocked off Seminole. Seminole gets 2 losses in a row. And so Seminole goes down tonight. And Stigler may be the king of the mountain when all this is settled. But, wow, what a game right there. 28-27, a fantastic game. And, wow. Here's our highlights from the night. Big pass right there. And big run by Block there. And almost an awesome grab there. That was the option pitch, the block.
A lot of good plays on both sides.
Yes. Yeah, and as you said repeatedly, a lot of heart out there. These kids really played tough, played with a lot of heart, played with a lot of sportsmanship.
That's good to see.
You know, and that's these Idabel kids down there in front of the band singing alma mater. Man, that's a tough way to go down, and it's nothing to hang your head about.
That's right. They played a good game. Both teams did.
Oh, both teams. You know, and this is one of the toughest districts in the state. I mean, goodness gracious, this 3A3 district is tough. Both these kids played hard. You gathering up my paperwork for me? Yep, good stuff right there.
Well, that was exciting. Thank you guys for letting me talk.
You bet. I appreciate you ladies coming out and helping us tonight and running our booth or our table downstairs, and then coming up and talking with us. And folks, be sure and check out any of our 3 stores down here. We have one in Idabel, one in Valiant, one in Hugo, and go see these lovely ladies, and they will fix you up with internet or a cell phone, whatever you need. That was the big interception right there. But a couple of calls, you know, questionable calls on the night. It could have gone either way.
I don't think we're going to catch a fan.
I don't think we will catch a fan. I think they're all ready to go home as well.
They're all scattering.
Right. Yep, that's pretty good ball game there. You all right?
I got a jokester back here.
A jokester.
Photo bombing us. Well, Checotah has a long ride home, too.
They do. They sure do. Yeah, they've got some nice travel buses. So.
I saw those out there. Those must be what we parked by.
Right.
You know, we were asked if we were part of the football team, so I'm going to take that we look like high schoolers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
sure.
football players, one. We are pretty buff.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're pretty buff, yeah. You know, Haley's all 103 pounds.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more than that. 105, you know.
Yeah, you're probably maybe 107.
105, flipped around backwards, couple numbers.
All right, folks. Well, thanks for joining us. We're gonna and thank you, Bree and Haley, for coming up here. And as always, a pleasure to see you, ladies. And I guess I'll get to see Bree Monday. And folks, thanks for tuning in. And I know we're showing some replays here. Thanks for watching. I know we're on delay, but this is a good classic game that you'll want to watch a couple of times. So. For myself, I'm Eric Shannon. Thank you for watching Bravado TV. And Bree and Haley, thanks for coming up and hanging out with us a little bit.
Yeah, anytime. Thanks for having us.
All right. We will see. We'll be back with a Bravado Buzz next week. And then we will have, the Bravado Blitz next week. We'll recap this game. And then we will get ready for Checotah hosting Seminole. Will be a big game on Monday or Thursday. I got my days mixed up. Thursday. And then Friday, we have the Battle for the Rock, which is Hilldale and Fort Gibson as Fort Gibson travels to Hilldale. So for myself, Eric Shannon, and all the crew here, we appreciate you for tuning in and watching us. and we will see you next week.